Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mr. 008 here, and today I have for you a video regarding update 43 of Bloons Tower Defense 6, which is now out. So in this update, we got a new Jetpack hero, Rosalia, and she can use lasers and grenades for different types of attacks, and she can also move around the map, hence having a jetpack, the first hero that can do something like that, which is cool. Check out Rosalia's home base, Tinkerton, a new beginner map. That is nice. Wasn't sure what that map was called when I was making my update preview video before it actually came out, but now I know. A new team event, Boss Rush. I have to join a team again because I remember after I joined that Monka Munners team, I think it was called, I became inactive, so they kicked me out or something, but that's okay. I can find a new team to join now. But yeah, let's see. Battle against bosses on a series of islands with your team. New map editor props and functionality. Sounds cool. We might be checking those out in another video. A new quest, a strange blue anomaly, where we can help Dr. Monkey out, and new trophy store items, cosmetics, quality of life, balance changes, and all of that. And as usual, I will be making a balance changes video pretty soon for this update, so stay tuned. And something tells me, I just noticed this, something tells me that if there was Rosalia and a gold statue of Rosalia side by side, that they wouldn't look that different. Is it just me, or does anybody else think that as well? But let's go ahead right here, collect our daily reward, 60 monkey money. Let's see here. So I was going to make a video about this, but I ended up forgetting. But there is a Mr. Beast pack right here in the shop, and it is an awesomer pack. Exclusive avatar, 10,000 monkey money, a tier 5 insta dart monkey, tier 5 insta bomb shooter, and mortar monkey, as well as some powers and all of that. So that's something that's cool, and it will be in the game for the next couple months. I don't know if the crossbow master, bomb blitz, and pop and all are specific to every pack, or if the tier 5s you get for those towers vary and they're just sample images. But yeah, that is cool. And if you do end up buying the pack, here is my creator code, Mr. 008, as shown right there, if you want to use it, and thanks to those of you who do. So let's go ahead and get this new hero, 5,000 monkey money, not 7,000 like I was thinking she might be, but here we go.
Oh, juiced up!
Alright, there you have it, and let's go ahead and use her in a game in this video. So here's the new map, Tinkerton, and I will play this map on hard mode, possibly at around 100 for fun. So here is Rosalia. I'm not sure exactly where to put her. Thinking of just putting her somewhere around here. Note that that range circle you see is not her attack range, but rather her deployment range. So when she is deployed right here, that smaller circle is where she can attack. So let's take a look at her upgrades. So Rosalia jets around her workshop equipped with a powerful laser at level 1. Level 2, you unlock the grenade attack, which can be switched to and from back to the laser if you want, to deal with different types of balloons. The laser for spaced balloons or high hit point balloons generally, and the grenade for grouped balloons. And then her first ability is a scatter missile ability, and her workshop launches a missile that rains destruction from above. So that sounds cool. Let's go ahead and get started. And I will put a dart monkey probably around here as cleanup. So there we go. And her laser attack does work fairly well on grouped balloons as well. Let's switch to the grenade right here. So, and the grenade does deal multiple layers of damage as well, 2 layers. We switch back to the laser, it's at least 3 layers, hence popping a green balloon in one shot. Now, let's test out this ability, not that we need to use it right now, but let's just test it out, and we will see how it works. So, it looks like the missiles are where the workshop is. So it's not, it doesn't aim directly at where the furthest balloons are, or based on her target setting, which is something I didn't know, so it's good that I used it there, that way I know better how it works. And then we have this right here so that we can redeploy Rosalia if we want to. Not that that would be very practical now, but I will just show you how that works right here. And this doesn't appear to be a bad spot, but I will still deploy her back over here since she will probably be better in that spot. So the lasers are 3 layers. Let's go ahead and drop another dart monkey right there. And I don't know exactly what else I want to get. Maybe an alchemist or something to make her stronger. But I'm probably not going to get that just yet, because I do want to see first how strong she is without buffs before getting any buffs for her. So let's go ahead and drop a spike factory right there, because I do want to keep the emphasis on this new hero. So let's go ahead and switch back to the grenades and see if this ends up being any better. And again, obviously different balloon types and arrangements of balloons being sent out with different spacing, different numbers of layers, and all of that will change which weapon is best. But yeah, it is something that is going to affect how good she is in certain situations. So level 4, let's take a look at that since we didn't go over that yet. Adrenaline Rush. Rosalia attacks faster the more balloons are nearby. So this sounds like it's similar to the Avatar of Wrath in that way. That said, Rosalia's attack speed is based on how many balloons are nearby, not on the map as a whole. And level 5, her attacks are improved. Grenades can bounce multiple times, and weapons fire an enhanced shot every 10th attack. So the laser is not any stronger, but the grenades are. So right there you can see some of the green balloons are being popped. Even though it's only 2 layers of damage, some of them only, you only need to have her shoot once, and the grenades will end up popping them. And so it looks like she does 5 layers of damage now with the laser. Didn't say exactly what she could do better with the laser at this point, but now we know. So that is cool. I think I'm going to keep her on grenade mode though, because that seems generally stronger, except for when there are black balloons that we have to deal with. And notice there, she fired a plasma ball rather than a normal grenade at some point. So she does not have camo detection. So I am going to get a village right there. That may not end up being the best place for the village because of possibly being able to make better use of that space with other towers, but that's okay. And let's see, we want to have something that we can use to pop these black balloons and the zebra balloons, obviously, as well, because they are technically both black balloons and white balloons at the same time. So I'm thinking maybe something like let's go with something basic, just a triple shot or something. And the grenades do pop lead balloons, which is nice. Not sure if the lasers do, though. We'll have to test that.
Right.
Let's test it this round. So no, the lasers do not pop lead balloons, but presumably those enhanced plasma projectiles can pop leads, I would think. So aircraft efficiency at level 6, monkey aces, and helipilots placed near the workshop have all upgrade costs reduced. So I'm going to turn off auto start here and test whether that affects only upgrades or if it affects the initial tower placement as well. So let's see. Here's a helipilot for $1,070. It does look like it will affect the initial placement. If it does, we should have more than 777 left. And we do. 862. So it looks like we saved like $85 there, so it's probably an 8% discount, something like that. So 820 there, 865 there. Maybe it's not 8%, but still, it is discounted. And it's not efficient for me to do that by selling the helipilot again, but I just placed it down to test that. And now let's go for this radar scanner so that Rosalia will get camo detection. So we will do that when we have enough money. And let's look at level 7. Upgraded jetpack. Rosalia hovers above the battlefield.
Sweet.
Flight boost ability. For a short time, all nearby aircraft fly faster and Rosalia pursues balloons over the whole map while using both weapons. So that looks to be a pretty good ability, and we will see how things end up playing out with that when we need to use it. And then at level 8, she will deal more damage with her grenades overall, and laser will deal much more damage to Moabs, so that will be pretty cool. So let's keep on playing here, and we will see how we do against the Moab and ceramics and all of that. And I look forward to testing Rosalia and her limits to see how strong she actually is. So the triple darts is definitely doing a good job of handling the black balloons, including the zebras for us. That way the balloons under those layers can be popped by the grenades, and we don't have any issues with that.
Right. Oh.
So the first Moab is coming up, so we will probably switch to the laser again in order to pop that, and we might need to use her abilities. So we will see how we do in regards to that. So these regrows are causing a little bit of trouble, but the Spike Factory can handle it all.
Right.
So let's go ahead and see here. Switch back to the laser. 6 damage per shot, which isn't bad, but it's also not all that much. So let's use this scatter missile thing right there. We do end up popping the Moab and all but a ceramic, basically. So that ends up being satisfactory for now. So I'm not going to get an MIB right now because that's probably not worth it at this time. But what I will get is, let's go ahead and switch back to the grenades for now. It looks like they are generally more effective, except for against black balloons, obviously. So let's go ahead and see. Camo and regrow balloons are coming up. Scatter missile at level 9 will release more mini missiles when used. So that will definitely help us with temporary situations where we need just that much more popping power for a short time. So let's go ahead and continue here. And I did not take a look at her level 10 ability yet, but we will see what that is. It's presumably another ability, since that's how pretty much every hero in the game works. I say pretty much because we do have one exception, that being Geraldo, but we will see. I do expect that she will have a third ability, and I am eager to see what that ends up being. So as soon as she gets to level 9, we will look at what we will get when she's level 10. And these fortified ceramics are causing a bit of an issue, but let's go ahead and just use that. Okay, so it does target the balloons now. It just didn't target them before, maybe because there weren't enough on the screen when I used it earlier against like blue balloons or whatever. But we are saving a good chunk of money now. So let's go ahead and get maybe another triple dart monkey right there, just to help against the higher hit point balloons like the ceramics and the fortified ceramics. So around 49 with these ceramic balloons. Looks like we do have a little bit of an issue, but not too much, thanks to the spike factory, which I'm going to upgrade to a spiked ball factory, just so I have a better safety net. So, kinetic charge ability. Charge attaches to a balloon, harnessing energy when the target takes damage, and then releases accumulated energy in a huge detonation. So that sounds like it'll be really good against single targets, especially. But it might be good against grouped balloons as well. We will have to see what that is like. So, this Moab is getting to the end, unfortunately, but we do have the spiked ball factory to deal with that. And I know that I'm not playing the game very efficiently right now, but I do want to keep playing the game the way I am right now, because this is less of a video about strategy and more of a video about showcasing. So maybe we should get Rosalia and Alchemist. I think that would be a good idea, probably. So a couple Moabs, no problem for the spike factory at the end of the track.
Right. Oh, what?
And let's see what we want to do. So it looks like popping the Moab layer isn't something that we can't do, but it does present the most challenge to us. But that's where the micro comes in, I would say. So let's switch back to the laser here. And we're doing worse against the ceramics though. So I'm going to use her second ability right here and show you guys what that is like. So she does end up popping everything at the end pretty easily, and the ability lasts for a decent amount of time, and it looks like it's almost 2/3 uptime, so that's not bad. And let's switch back to the grenades right here, and Okay, so that's a bit of a problem, but we can take care of that. So here is something else I wanted to show you guys. A gift from Mr. Beast. Thanks for playing Bloons TD6 during the Mr. Beast promotion. So here is a custom avatar. So that's cool. I might use that. 2,000 monkey money, 3 super monkey storms, 3 monkey boosts, and some cash drops. And a sharpshooter, a juggernaut, and a super monkey fan club. That's cool. So let's get back into the game. So it looks like we will need some more popping power, especially for balloons that make it to the end. So as much as I want to keep this mainly about Rosalia, I think it is time to finally get some other towers. So I'm going to go ahead and get an overdrive probably right there, and I'm going to get a ring of fire down towards the bottom. So let's get this, and let's get this. And now we should be more than strong enough to take care of all of the balloons. So I'm probably going to keep Rosalia on grenade mode because that seems to be better against most balloons, at least. Not against everything, obviously, but against most things. So Moabs are no longer an issue, and even when there's a couple of them, we shouldn't have any problems. I'll get a spiked mine factory at the end simply because we can afford it and have plenty to spare. So Rosalia is now at level 10. It does look like she levels a little slowly, maybe not super slowly, but a little slow. So we now have her third ability, and we will take a look at that on round 60, I suppose. So there's the camo leads, no problem thanks to that village.
Ooh, I do
And
like
our
that.
spike factory would take care of them anyway if we didn't. But the village has definitely helped us substantially. So maybe I should get primary training right there, and let's use this ability. So, it looks like there's that thing that keeps changing color between blue and red, and that's the thing that was carrying the charge, and then it detonated after that. So this ability has a rather long cooldown, it seems, but it's not bad. And I'll test it again on round 63 just to see if it's any good against grouped balloons or not. But something tells me that its main purpose is probably single target damage. But we will see. So let's use this ability again. And the Ring of Fire, without that, we wouldn't be succeeding against round 63 right now. But, unfortunately, yeah, the ability does not look to be good against, multiple targets, against grouped balloons. So that is good to know going forward. So here is round 65, and then we will have some stronger balloons coming at us in the near future. So I think we should take this time to talk about some stuff. So I would like to talk about the frequency of video uploads on my channel, and I first want to say that I definitely do want to make more videos on my channel in the near future. That said, I also have been dealing with some personal life matters as well, including the fact that I have been accepted into graduate school. And I'll have more to share about that in the future. That said, right now what I will say is that I've applied to probably over 30 schools, and 2 made me offers. One made me an offer for my master's, and the other made me an offer for my PhD. So I decided to stick with the school that offered me a track to my PhD. And so I will be continuing to study physics and astronomy thanks to that school and their program. So because of me having been accepted, I do have some things that I have to do, such as to meet with the faculty and prepare for a qualifying exam, which I'm not too happy about, but I do want to definitely make the most of my preparation and all of that, so I will have to put that first, but I do want to also make some YouTube videos on the side, so we will see how that ends up working. And I look forward to every step of the journey, even though some parts of it will most likely be challenging, including the qualifying exam and all of that. The good news is it only covers undergraduate level material, but the bad news is that because I haven't been in school for a year, I do have some stuff to brush up on, and I will need to make sure that my memory is well refreshed for the exam. But I don't think that it will be overly challenging. It's just not something I'm looking forward to. It's more of an annoyance than anything else. But when I put it that way, yeah, it doesn't sound too bad. But let's look at Rosalia's last 2 upgrades right here. Adrenaline Rush, maximum attack rate boost increased when there are more balloons on the screen, so that's nice. And grenades become much bouncier, and laser deals more damage. So that is cool. That way we have more explosions per grenade and more pierce and all that, and of course more single target damage, especially with the laser. So here's the laser, and we can't tell exactly how good it is, but it did knock back and shock 3 Moabs right there, in case you guys did not see. So that is definitely nice to see, and the increased attack rate obviously means that the enhanced projectiles will be fired more often. So that is going to be nice. Once again, Ring of Fire is doing an excellent job, especially for its cost, and there's just a bunch of yellow balloons getting to the end, but spiked mines are making sure that they don't leak through. So level 13, Rosalia's attacks are improved with bouncy grenades now also creating cluster explosions, lasers upgrading to plasma, which presumably means lead popping power, and possibly more damage per shot as well, and even stronger enhanced 10th attacks. So let's take a look at this. Let's see if we can get a hit right there. It looks like Rosalia's popping count or pop count went up by like 80 something right there. So let's make sure. Okay, good, no issues at the end of the track with that ceramic rush. But it looks like the laser might deal like 20 damage or so per shot. I don't know. At least per balloon. And the BFB did get knocked back there. So, and once again, it actually is plasma, not just lasers. But let's switch back here. And we do have a lot of balloons reaching the end, but once again, spiked mines does the job. And spiked mines are actually a pretty good tower, I'd say. One that's not used enough, if you ask me. And I didn't realize how good they were until now. But yeah, it's definitely a good cleanup method. That said, it probably won't be as good going forward because we are about to get into free play, and super ceramics with 6 times the health of normal ceramics will be spawning. So let's see. Level 14 scatter missile deals more damage, especially to Moabs. So here we can finally test Rosalia's single target plasma damage. So let's see. So that enhanced shot was like 70 something damage, and it looks like it's 21 per shot, with the laser shock doing 3. And then there's the grenades, which are like 7 damage per shot. Obviously much more pierce, but not that good against single targets. So let's switch back to the laser for now. And I'm not someone who's too enthusiastic about micro. That said, I do use micro sometimes where it is necessary. And there's our gold medal for this track. So at level 15, the laser will deal much more damage to Moabs, and the grenades will deal more damage to ceramic balloons. So that will be pretty nice. And that will especially be nice now that we're into free play with super ceramics. So it still looks like the spiked mines are holding their own against the super ceramics. Not a ton of ceramics, but still, when they're 60 hit points each, it can be deceiving.
The fun was just starting.
Where you see a couple ceramics get to the end and then all of a sudden everything's getting eaten up. But that is not happening here, so that's good. So maybe I should get an alchemist or something now. I don't know for sure. Now we have some fortified super ceramics, 120 hit points each. Like, they're basically mini Moabs in that sense. So let's see. So whether you tap Rosalia herself or her workshop, you can get to accessing her like targeting changing and her level and all of that once again. It's just that when you tap there, you don't hear anything. When you tap here, on the other hand, you get some dialogue from her. So that is something to note as well. So I don't know if it's the best decision, but I will get an alchemist right here, and we will see if we can buff Rosalia. Yes, we can, and that is nice. Let's also get a separate alchemist down here for our attack shooters, and make sure that this alchemist does not waste shots on a 3rd tier Dark Monkey that isn't doing all that much at this point in the game. So I decided to go for the attack speed cross path because of the fast attack speeds, which means that the potions will expire faster, and that way they can be reapplied quicker. So granted, the other cross path would result in each potion lasting longer, but not being redeployed as quick. So there are situations where each alchemist cross path is better, but I tend to favor the faster throwing, generally. It's just me, though. Level 16, kinetic charge and scatter missile cooldowns reduced. So that will be pretty nice. And I want to see what Rosalia's level 7 ability is like, where she flies all over the map. So we'll wait for a round that has a larger number of balloons coming out, a greater RBE, so that we can test that out. So we are saving up a substantial chunk of money right now, which is nice. So maybe she doesn't level up all that slow. I'm just going to get that. It's $138, so who cares? Adrenaline Rush, maximum attack rate boost increased again at level 17.
Ooh,
So,
be easy.
let's go ahead here and try this ability out once again. So, she's getting around, at least before, she was getting close to 1,000 DPS without fast forward, and close to 3,000 with fast forward. So it's not bad, but it does look like this ability isn't quite as good at this point in the game as opposed to earlier on in the game where there weren't as many balloons to deal with. So here she is again, and she's getting 1,000 to 2,000 DPS, it looks like. So it's not bad, but it's also not excellent. So here are the first DVTs, and now might be a good time to get an MIB. So first, let's see if we can pop those. Yes, we can. So let's see, right there. And yes, good. So Rosalia is in range, as are the attack shooters, in range of the MIB. Let's get primary mentoring for extra range on these attack shooters. And rounds like this are smooth sailing. It's just the higher hit point balloons and the DVTs that we need to take caution to. So let's see how this ends up working out. So the ZOMGs do get popped, like close to when they take that first turn on the track. So DPS is definitely decent, but it's not like excellent, it's not outstanding or anything. So we can improve on that. But again, we have $75,000 to work with. Apologies if you could hear that. It was just a little bit of a burp. But getting back to this, at level 18, Rosalia will have her flight boost cooldown greatly reduced. Let's check. I believe that's her level 7 ability. Yes, it is. And the MIB obviously helped against the DDTs, because to pop 6 DDTs when they're like less than halfway along the track, as opposed to without the MIB, 3 of them nearly make the end of the track. That's definitely a significant difference. So I can kind of see why the MIB is like $8,000 in BTD6, whereas it was only like $4,000 or $4,500 in Bloons TD5. Because in Bloons TD5, there weren't purple balloons and all that. There weren't as many immunities that you had to worry about, plus a lot more towers when at the highest upgrade tier had the ability to pop all balloon types, as opposed to in BTD6, where Ninja Kiwi is making sure that you have to get a more diverse array of towers and whatnot to pop all balloon types. So the MIB thus is more convenient, more useful in more situations. I can see why the pricing is like that. So Tack Zone isn't as good of a tower as it used to be, but I think we should get it, because at this point we can definitely use a lot more popping power, especially to higher hit point balloons as quick and early as possible. That way we don't have to get like large chunks of super ceramics and whatnot that like aren't even like showing yet because there are still
Ooh, do
Moabs
like
getting
that
to the end of the
color.
track.
Orange.
So I'm going to switch back to Rosalia's grenades right here, and now she's getting a couple thousand DPS without an ability active, as opposed to needing an ability active before to get that same amount of DPS. So we might need an Inferno Ring, or we might not. Let's just see how we do. And I'm going to use the missile scatter ability right there, and we do clean up nicely
This will
with
be
that.
easy.
So
Oh,
Rosalia's
just
attacks are
hard
improved, and grenades have larger clusters, and lasers do even more Moab damage at level 19. Let's get her to level 19 now.
Right.
And
What?
auto start is still off. Good. And let's see, level 20. Guardian Automaton. The anti-Bloons upgrade cost is reduced by 30%. Scatter missile now fires triple the missiles, and kinetic charge damage is greatly increased. So let's check out that stronger ability
This is the best.
against the bad.
Jetpack.
So I'll use this right here, and we will see. So
Right.
it didn't deal a ton of damage, but it did deal some. I was hoping for more, but then again, we didn't really get it to charge up all that well.
Attack my target.
Let's use it again.
The fun was just starting.
And so some of the innards of the DDTs did make it to the end there, but popped quite a few BFBs with that ability. So it's not bad, but let me know what you think of this hero, guys. Because I'd say she's good, but she's not, like, the best hero ever. Like, she's not, like, overpowered and whatnot. But then again, maybe there are other better ways to use her that some of you may have been able to play around with and experiment with at this point in time. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video, you guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more interesting content. And I will talk to you all again in the next video. Peace out.